Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another beautiful afternoon of baseball. The sun's starting to peek out after being a little bit rainy all day long. I'm Peter Andrus, bringing you the live action from Coney Island as your Abraham Lincoln High School Railsplitters take on the Midwood Hornets in a beautiful game of baseball. Originally, this game was scheduled way in the beginning of the season. This game was scheduled here, and then it got moved to Midwood's Field. And this weekend, Midwood's Field got soaking wet, and so we are here today. Edwin Bueno on the mound, leading off for Midwood is number 20. That's Ciara with a big hit to right field. It is fair. Lopez will get down there and throw to second. It is a base hit single for the leadoff batter. Again, that was Ciara, and here comes Shivers. Shivers steps in, a lefty against Bueno. Bueno normally the catcher on the Railsplitters squad. Today, Torres will step into the catching position. And this one goes the other way. It's going to left field. It's going to drop. It's another base hit. They'll bring that one in and hold him to 1. Up next is Blosey. Bueno thinks about picking off at second. He doesn't, and throws a strike to Blosey. Gets him on the inside corner for another strike. Another ball hit easily for Kamani Scott to handle. Runners will advance, but Lincoln gets an out on the board. Now batting is Zachary Niedzwicki. Niedzwiecki holding in there. Swing and a miss. Well, nope, there was a slight tip off of it, keeping himself alive. That's a swing and a miss. Strike three. Bueno gets his first strikeout of the game as he gets his control in order. Midwood sees a little bit more of what they can expect to face off from him today. 2 away, 2 on, and up to the plate comes Calder Stubbs. And he fouls that one off in the direction of West Avenue. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Lincoln gets out of trouble. Nice job by Bueno to fight back after letting the first 2 runners on. We'll be moving to the bottom of the first here from Abraham Lincoln. Let's see what they've got coming up. Leading off, Tristan Legree, Yaniel Torres, and Edwin Bueno. Pitching today is number 14, Luke Blosey. He was batter number 3. And he will start off against Tristan Legree, second baseman for the Railsplitters today. And that first one is low and inside. Tristan Legree gets himself ball 1. Ball 2. And he puts one in the direction of the shortstop. They make the throw. It's caught. 1 away. This will bring up Yaniel Torres. Yanni, one of the most enthusiastic players you'll ever get to see. There he goes. He hits one over to right field. Second baseman makes a sliding catch to get it, but the throw is off, and he'll reach second. Nice hit. Nice base running by Torres. And now here's the pitcher, Edwin Bueno. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Bueno, last Friday in a game against Fort Hamilton, hit the cycle. Huge accomplishment for him. And I'm going to point that out to our viewers every time I announce a game for the rest of the season. Bueno asks for time. The umpire gives it. Bueno gets one back there. There's a hard hit ball. It's popped up into right field. They're underneath it, and they'll make the catch. Torres will not move. And it's 2 outs to the Railsplitters. And that'll bring up Julian Polione, the cleanup hitter. Runner goes to steal third, and he is easily in time. The throw is a little bit high. By the time they came down with it, he'd already slid in. That brings a little bit of pressure off of Polione. All he's got to do is put one in play, and he could likely bring in an RBI. That one goes behind him. Torres gonna score, puts the first one on for the Railsplitters. Slightly wild pitch, and Lincoln is on the board. And there's a strike to Polione. That one's outside. They say he didn't go. It's a walk. And that brings up Kamani Scott. Scott, the first baseman, takes strike one on a delayed call from the ump. I feel like we had all stepped away from the plate and sat back by the time he called it, but there it is. Pickoff play to Polione, not in time, says the ump. That one's up high, but Kamani goes for it anyway. Two strikes to Scott. Runner goes, it's a ball, and he's safe at second. Good look from Kamani Scott. Swing and a miss, strike three. That'll end the first. We move to the second, but Lincoln on the board, 1-0. Stick around. We'll be right back. Top of the second, Brandon Sanchez starting off against Bueno. That's going to drop in there for easily a double. They dove for it and weren't able to pick it up. Sanchez going to make his way to second base. And that'll bring up number 88, Matthew Hong. Another hard hit ball into deep left field that's going to roll and easily bring one run in. And so Midwood ties it up on what I think they called a ground rule double, as the ball may have gone out of play. Two massive hits. And that'll bring up Ramey Ben David. Tries for a bunt. Torres gets underneath it and makes the catch. And that brings up the number 9 batter, Noble McMurray. Pickoff play at second, and they get him. Hong just caught with a little too much distance. He couldn't make it back in time, and Polione very quick on the tag. Popped up foul. We have a tent above us, and I hope it goes behind us. And there's strike 3 to end the inning. The damage is done. We are tied once again at 1 apiece. Bottom of the second coming up. Stick around. Leading off for the Railsplitters, number 1, Jeremy Marizin. Marizin hits one to right field. It's going to drop in for a base hit, and they'll hold him up there. So Marizin earns himself a hit. He's a single on first. Second official single of the game for the Railsplitters. Torres had one back in the first. That turned into a run to second base as their throw got away. This brings up number 12, Roberto Almonte, the left fielder. Runner goes, it's a bunt, and it's beautifully laid down on the third base line. Runner's going to be safe. Runners on first and second. Perfectly placed bunt by Almonte. Should also mention, Almonte did a great job of not broadcasting the move. He waited for the pitch before he got into the motion, so the pitcher couldn't anticipate it. Not a lot of players at this level can wait that long and then put down such a great hit. Sebastian Lopez at the plate now. He shows bunt early. Ball comes low. It's ball 1. Pitcher Luke Blosey steps off in the direction of second, trying to keep Marizin honest. Lopez shows bunt again, gets a strike for his trouble. Goes again. That's strike 2. Believe it's a 1-2 count on Sebastian Lopez now. And the umpire confirms 1-2. And once again, they keep Marizon over at second. Nothing else, Marizon doing a good job of keeping Belosi distracted and unfocused on Lopez. Now Lopez swings and misses. Strike three, he'll go down, but Marizon will steal third in the process. This will bring up David Marrero, the number 9 hitter for the Railsplitters today. Railsplitters have 2 on and 1 out. And Marrero takes strike 1. It's another strike as Almonte will steal second unopposed. Midwood knowing better than to throw to him, with Marizon on third just waiting for an excuse to run home while the ball's going in the other direction. And Marrero going to go down swinging on strike 3. And that'll bring up the top of the lineup for the Railsplitters in Tristan Legree. Legree has 2 runners in scoring position and 2 outs to contend with. Legree is going to foul that one back over to West Avenue. Legree thought it was inside. The umpire disagrees. Gives the inside corner in the strike zone. Strike 2. Legree calls for time. Gets it at the last moment. Luke Belosi was just entering his motion. And they called strike 3. That's how this one is going to end. We move to the top of the third. No change in the score. Top of the lineup coming up for the Hornets. I'm going to step away, and I'll be right back with you with the third right after this. Back with it, top of the third. Benjamin Sciarra leading off. Swing and a miss, strike one. Sciarra singled his first at-bat back at the beginning of the game. And that one sinks out just a little bit early. 1-1 the count. He gets underneath that one. Legree making chase. It's going back and caught easily by Lincoln center fielder Sebastian Lopez. I'm sorry, David Marrero. Marrero's in center. Lopez is in right. And that's the first out for Midwood. That'll bring up Isaiah Shivers. Shivers also singled to start the first inning. Back-to-back singles from Midwood in that beginning. And a late call, it's a strike. This umpire is loud and emphatic, but about 3 seconds delayed from when we're used to hearing that strike call come. It's a chopper, I believe, is off the tip of the bat. Yep, and he is out. And that'll bring up number 14, Midwood starting pitcher Luke Blosey. Blosey will take strike one from Lincoln pitcher Edwin Bueno. Strike two to Blosey. Fouls that one off to keep himself alive. Popped up into play. Polion calls it off and says it's his, and he's right. A 1-2-3 inning for the Railsplitters. That's the kind of inning they like to see for Bueno. On the mound, we move to the bottom of the third. Still locked at 1. Yaniel Torres leads off. And that pitch is up and inside, nearly takes his head off. Torres was the first hit of the Railsplitters game today. Excuse me, the Railsplitters side. Midwood had the first hit of the game. Torres wallops that one foul. And in Torres' hit in the first inning, the throw to first ended up getting away from the first baseman, so a single turned into second base. And that one bounces off the ground. It's foul. Swing and a miss. Strike three. It'll bring up Edwin Bueno. Bueno 0 for 1 today. He flew out to right field in the first inning. That one inside. Ball one. This time outside, ball two. Bueno fouls that back. Believe some raindrops are starting to fall here from at Abraham Lincoln High School. We knew it was cloudy. Viewers might have noticed we have our rain gear on the camera. You can sometimes see it on the edge of the screen. It keeps us a little more zoomed in than we'd otherwise like to be. And that one's low. Bueno's going to walk. Julian Polione walked in the first inning. Here for his second at bat now. Bueno made his way to second. Polione hits it hard in the direction of right field. They're underneath it with no problem. Bueno will stay. 2 outs for the Railsplitters. That'll bring up Kamani Scott, 0 for 1 today. He'll see if he can't move Bueno off second base here with 2 outs in the third. It won't be with that pitch. Foul tipped, strike one. It could be with that pitch. Hit hard into deep left center. No, it is caught. Great job by the center fielder out there. That is Isaiah Shivers, makes the run and the catch. And that's how the third inning's going to end here in Coney Island. Leading off for the Midwood Hornets is going to be Zachary Niedzwicki. We'll be right back with the top of the fourth. If we had a guy on first and they end up getting him out and not our base runner, but a run scored first, the run would count. Because the guy that they got out wasn't the one that had the hit. All right, so if we had a guy on first in that situation, right? Let's say that Kamani hits the ball and it doesn't get caught, but they throw it to second. Kamani's going to first. The guy on first was going to second. They throw it to second, they get him out, but before they get him, a run comes home. That run counts. Because they didn't get the hitter out. But they got an out, so the inning ends. But because a run came first, we get the point. But if the run comes before Kamani, but Kamani goes, doesn't count. Because you need to at least get your base runner on in order for a run to count from it. It's confusing, but that's... Yeah, once you wrap your head around it, it does make sense. Leading off for Midwood is Zachary Niedzwicki. Playing catcher today for the Hornets. Bueno gets him on the inside corner with a strike there. Strike two to Niedzwicki. Popped up foul in the direction of first, but it'll go out of play. Kamani Scott started to give chase and then realized he didn't want to waste the calories. Full count, 3-2. And that one's down. I think it bounced off the umpire's foot. He's going to walk. Calder Stubbs now. Stubbs gets another ball. Stubbs 0 for 1 today, struck out to end the first inning for the Hornets. Pickoff play to keep Niedzwiecki honest. Up a little bit high for a decent tag. They're just keeping him on the bag. And there's a strike to Stubbs. Not sure if it was a natural strike or if they called him for going around. But they did call it. Umpire calls no pitch, says it's a balk. Runner advances to second. Stubbs fouls that one off to keep himself alive. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to Calder Stubbs. So 1 on and 1 away for Midwood here in the 4th inning. And that'll bring up Brandon Sanchez. Sanchez, the only runner that's made it around for Midwood, had a leadoff double back in the second, the first of 2. That put Midwood on the board. Swing and a miss. It's a strike to Sanchez. Hong in the on-deck circle. And they call another balk. Runner goes to third. What they're calling Bueno on is an extra step that he's taking as he goes to get set. That extra step, they keep calling it as a balk. Bueno thinks it's part of his natural rotation, and he's got to get it out of there. A show bunt, and it's strike 2 to Sanchez. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's 2 outs now for Midwood. And that'll bring up arguably the most powerful hit we've seen today off the bat of Matthew Hong. Hong will take strike 1. Outside corner, but they give it to him. Hong, from his stance, even stepped forward a little, trying to show how outside he thought it was, but the umpire not impressed with the theatrics. And Bueno steps off. Just a bit outside, says the ump. Bueno asks for confirmation. And he puts it into play to short. Polion picks it up, makes the throw to first. Caught by Scott, and that'll end the inning. No damage done. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Still tied 1-1. We'll be right back. Here we go, bottom of the 4th. Leading off for the Railsplitters and taking ball 1 is Jeremy Marizin. Also led off in the 2nd. Had a single in that at bat. Swing and a miss, strike 1 here. Strike two. And he puts it into play to short. Picked up and handled. Throw is off. And he's going to get his base on the overthrow. He'll be safe at second. So another lead-off single with an overthrow, making it a double. Marazin's 2 for 2 today. Luke Blosey, pitcher for Midwood. Doing just fine. Only 1 run in for the Railsplitters. Almonte shows bunt, but isn't able to put it down as well this time. And Marizin steals third on the outside play. And that one's low in the dirt. Almonte will lay off for a ball. Almonte's hit back in the second was a beautifully placed bunt. He didn't broadcast the move first. By the time they picked it up, he was safe. Fouls that one back behind him. One and two, the count to Almonte. And Almonte knew as soon as it passed him, that's one he should have swung for. He takes strike three. First out of the inning for the Railsplitters. And that's going to bring up Sebastian Lopez. Lopez will take strike one. Lopez struck out his first at bat back in the second. Marizin still at third. And Marizin didn't run on that. They didn't think it got that far away, but I think he would have made it if he had. And Lopez puts down the bunt. They're going to pick it up. And Marizin slides in safe. So Lopez putting down an effective bunt. He'll reach on the fielder's choice and gain himself an RBI as he brings home Jeremy Marizin from third. Lincoln up 2-1. David Marrero coming up to the plate. Also showing bunt. Puts one down. He's going to run it out. They make the throw, and they get him. 2 outs for the Railsplitters. And that'll bring up the top of the lineup for the Railsplitters with 2 out. Tristan Legree faced a similar situation back at the end of the second when Legree had 2 outs and 2 on and couldn't get them home. He's got 2 outs and 1 on now. Let's see what he can do. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Legree 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to short and struck out in the first and second, respectively. Legree holds off. Up high, Legree gets himself a 3rd ball. Legree fouls that one off in the direction of West Avenue. And second bounce hits a parked car. And Legree hits it hard into left center, but Isaiah Shivers not impressed. Makes the catch and ends the inning. We go to the top of the 5th, but Lincoln manages to put 1 more on the board. They lead 2-1. Put my 3 little new dependents on. I can't claim you because somebody else is already claiming you. Yeah, what's a little tax fraud among friends? The government just listening like, I see. You was a teacher out here. Top of the 5th inning. Ramey Ben David steps in. chops a foul down the left field line. Ben David 0 for 1 today. Popped one foul back in the second inning. They give him strike 2 with that pitch. Keeps himself alive, fouls it off. Another foul, another doink off of somebody's car on West Avenue. If you're parked on West Avenue and you're watching the stream, you may want to move your vehicle. Another foul to keep himself alive. Nothing else, it's an effective at-bat for Ben David. Just running the pitch count up on Bueno and trying to get his arm to tire. Another hit foul from Rami Ben David. Swing and a miss. Finally a strike 3. And that'll bring up Noble McMurray. Popped up out of play. Almost beamed a spectator. Everyone's okay. Bounced off the sidewalk. And strike 2 for McMurray. Foul tip. No strike 3 there. Torres had jumped up ready to make the tag when he didn't catch it. Ump lets him know it did glance off the bat. And that is in play in the direction of left field. No problem there for Jeremy Marison. Makes the catch. 2 away for Midwood. Top of the lineup now for Midwood. Number 20, Benjamin Sciarra, 1 for 2 today with a single. Takes strike one here. Put into play. Polion going to pick it up. Throws in time. And that'll do it for the top of the fifth. 3 up, 3 down. Railsplitters back at the bat. They'll start off with Torres, Bueno, and Polion in just a minute. We'll be right back. Underway now for the bottom of the fifth. Torres leading off for the Railsplitters. Takes strike one. Torres 1 for 2 with a single. And he wallops that to center. Isaiah Shivers still has Lincoln's number. 1 out. Bueno pops that one up in the direction of first. He's running in for it. And Hong makes the catch. 2 away. And that brings up Polion. Polion popped out to right his last at bat. Had a walk in the first. And this one pops up to short. And they'll make the catch. That was Brandon Sanchez over there in shortstop making quick work of the third out. We're already moving to the top of the sixth. Real quick inning here from Coney Island. Stick around. 2 more innings of play left to go. because you can finish it in like a week. But the price of being competent, it's like a 1 week long project. We still have like 5 weeks to go. For some of her classmates, it will take them 5 weeks to do this project because that's just the pace that they are capable of after the pandemic. And for somebody who is actually capable and enthusiastic, it's going to take like a week. She's going to do it great, and then I'm going to give her a more fun activity, hopefully.
Yeah, I can't even get more than like what I would get now. So
Yeah, you know.
If you can tell Miss Michael to send me the picture for my vlog. Yeah, my 5-week project is to do a 5-week vlog.
You know, you can take some selfies while you're here, too, right?
I don't take selfies.
Okay, you know, you could ask somebody to take your photo with you.
Actually, can you take a photo?
Leading off in the 6th is Isaiah Shivers, the center fielder, responsible for, by my count, at least 3, maybe 4 of Lincoln's outs today. PSAL baseball, you very often just hope that center fielder is blinded by the sun every hit. Shivers has had no problem here today. Shivers slices it foul down the first base line. Fouled off in the same direction. Popped up in the direction of center. Legree calls everyone off and makes the catch. 1 out for Midwood. That'll bring up the pitcher, Luke Blosey, in the number 3 spot on the lineup for Midwood today. Blosey 0 for 2 today. Despite pitching quite a game so far, Lincoln held to only 2 runs in 5 innings. By most metrics, only letting in 2 runs in 5 innings is a successful outing for a pitcher. Wallops that one into left field. It's going to bounce for a base hit. Almonte will field it quickly enough. It's good for 1. Blosey with his first hit of the day. That'll bring up Zachary Niedzwicki. Strikeout and a walk so far today. Niedzwicki will ask for time and get it. That one will get away. Torres throws down to second. Not in time. It overthrows. He's going for third. And rather than try to make a dangerous play from center, they hold him there. Get the third base in the frame. And Niedzwicki's going to go down looking. Lincoln's got 2 outs on the Hornets. And that'll bring up Calder Stubbs. From a statistical standpoint, Stubbs is due. He is 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. Fouls that one back here. There is another strike to Stubbs. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that's how the inning will end. Midwood strands 1. We're out of the 6th for Midwood, into the 6th for Lincoln. Coming up for the Railsplitters should be Kamani Scott, Jeremy Marizan, and Roberto Almonte. softballs. What? Monday's supposed to be warmer, but Tuesday will still be like high 60s. According to the forecast map, that could all be different in 3 days anyway. Tuesday.
Baseball is Monday.
Monday is just softball.
Monday's just softball.
Which you're still welcome to do the whole thing, and I'll be there when you can do it. And then Tuesday is a baseball softball double. Kimani Scott leading off. Luke Blosey still on the mound for the Hornets. Blosey delivers. It looked low. Kimani Scott swings and misses. Strike one. Scott asks for time. Kimani Scott 0 for 2. He's got a strikeout and a pop out to center. Now he's popping out towards right. The sun is a factor, but not enough of one. That'll be caught by the right fielder. That is Noble McMurray out there for the Hornets making the catch. And that'll bring up Jeremy Marizan. Marizan 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles. One of them, an overthrow, led to second base. Managed to steal his way to third. And then reached on a bunt from Lopez. And he wallops that one towards center. But yet again, Isaiah Shivers is up to the task. If I were Coach Cruz, I'd be telling my guys, you got to hit it over that guy's head. Stop hitting it to him. That'll bring up Roberto Almonte. 1 for 2 with a single in the second inning. That one so far called strike. I thought it almost hit him. That one up high, ball one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Almonte's single back in the second. Came off of a beautifully placed bunt. And he puts that one in play. Third baseman picks it up, makes the throw. But as the first baseman is not 10 feet tall, Almonte will make it to second. So he gets his second hit of the game and reaches second on the overthrow. And that one's going to get away, and Almonte is safe at third. Big hit by Lopez. It's going to bounce off the third baseman. They'll make the throw, and they get him. No run scores. We go to the top of the seventh. here from Abraham Lincoln High School. Nope, a little discussion, and he is safe at first. They're saying that he got pushed out of the baseline by the catcher. So now a little discussion on what happened out there. I'll try to get some details for you, but if Lopez is safe, that means Lincoln should be up 3-1. All right, so ruling from the umpire, the throw pulled the first baseman off the base, so he did not make the out. And with Lopez safe, that's an RBI as he brought home Roberto Almonte. And there's a hard hit ball from David Marrero, and it will be caught by the left fielder to end the inning for Lincoln. That was the bottom of the sixth. I know it says seventh on our scoreboard. That's because we had changed it back before we had gotten the official call. So we move to the top of the seventh. Brandon Sanchez on deck, up next for Midwood. Sanchez pops up to center. Almonte will lay off, and they'll let Marrero make the catch from center. 1 out for Midwood. That'll bring up the first baseman, Matthew Hong. 1 for 2 today with a double. Got the only RBI for Midwood today. And there he hits it over towards left field again. It's going to get past the third baseman. Almonte will handle it, but it is good for a single. This is going to bring up Rami Ben David.
I'm at a baseball game.
Ben David fouls that one off.
You asking what the game is? Let me say 6:15, 6:30. I can just call you back once I'm done. I'll call you back when I'm done.
Great pickoff attempt from Bueno to Scott. Bueno placed it well. Scott was quick on the tag. But pinch runner number 17 over there was quick to get back on. Sorry, I don't have the full roster for Midwood. I can't tell you who it is. And that's popped up by Ben David. Kamani Scott underneath it. Makes the catch. 2 away. Midwood down to their final out of the game. McMurray will step to the plate. McMurray pops it foul. That'll go all the way back to the softball field behind us. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Torres gets up quick to chase the runner back to first. McMurray fouls to keep it alive. And they'll strike him out looking. That's how this one is going to end. Lincoln takes the better of this match 3-1. They'll face off against Midwood again next week on Tuesday. That game currently also scheduled to be here, assuming they don't switch it to a Midwood field to keep it fair, one here, one there. But for everybody here from Abraham Lincoln High School, I want to thank you for watching. Congrats to the Railsplitters as they tack on another victory. I believe they are playoff bound, as BSAL did just release the playoff projections and rules and what'll qualify. Next week on the stream, it looks like we've got softball on Monday, baseball, and softball on Tuesday. So we hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. I'm Peter Andrus. We will see you next time.